Hello you guys, Alexa Alchemy here for your weekly card pull. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for the week of February 20th, 2023, and this specific reading is for all of my Tauruses. So if you have a Taurus sun, moon, rising, and or north node, this one is for you. Now, my dear my dear Tauruses, so for this upcoming week, I feel called for actually all the signs to start out with Oracle. Sometimes I do a combination of Oracle and Tarot. Today, I kind of feel like I just want to do Oracle. And the first card that came up for you was Rose Quartz in reverse. I feel like a lot of you, self-love is going to be a big theme for this upcoming week. I do want to pull a few more cards, but that seemed like the strongest place to start, and the card just flew out, and I was like, okay, I got to start this now. So, my dear Tauruses, I feel like yeah, you're gonna have some opportunities this upcoming week to look at your relationship, to your love for yourself, maybe self-forgiveness for some of you. I feel like because this was in reverse, which means upside down, in the upright position, she looks like this. I feel like because I pulled Rose Quartz in reverse, some of you may be experiencing or noticing the way that you feel about yourself being reflected in how you feel about other people. And this pattern or these patterns of relating to other people is going to be really important for you to pay attention to, and to also realize that a lot of the times the way that you relate to the world around you is a projection of the way you relate to yourself. And if you have been or are projecting those things, I think it will be helpful and useful for you for this upcoming week to be cognizant of that. Now, okay, I just dropped a card. All right, so there are some cards. Every week I have a few cards that seem to thematically come up. The first one I have pulled this, I shit you not, I think for every single sign I've done a pull for so far, was the card of Moonstone. I did pull this one in reverse for you. In the upright, she looks like this. I find this a little bit ironic because by the time this is being uploaded today, so the 20th or the 19th, depending on your time zone, there is a new moon in Pisces, and the sun is also in Pisces. So there's a lot of Piscean energy, which is a water sign. It's very emotional, tapped into spirituality, intuition, dreams. I feel like there are a lot of opportunities for you guys to work with or work through some emotions. Now, because it was a new moon, and new moons are a really wonderful time for setting intentions and planting seeds for what you would like to grow, this may also come in the way of acknowledging what are some aspects of your spirituality or your emotional life that you would like to plant seeds for. Maybe things that you want to shift, things that you want to grow, things that you want to nurture. I'm feeling like for a lot of you, my Taurus, there's a really big nurturing component with this reading. So what are the things that you want to nurture, especially within yourself and your relationship to yourself and your self-love practice? I think that's going to be a really big theme if you want to do journal prompts or anything starting with that. That might be a really good place to start. Also, again, knowing that it was a new moon, this is a really good time to unplug from the world around you and to turn within yourself and identify what you want for this upcoming chapter. So creating space to do that. Now, my dear Taurus, I did pull a couple of cards in reverse. I have Amazonite in reverse and Bronzite in reverse. Also, ironically, cards that have been coming up a lot. So Amazonite, this card is really an acknowledgement of a flow of events, natural flow of events, truth and revelation that happens as a result of that. So certain things in your life, because this was in reverse, maybe some resistance to it. I feel like there's some things in your life, my Taurus, and Taurus energy can be a little bit stubborn. It is an earth sign, so there's a level of like wanting things to have stability or not a lot of change. And so I do feel like for some of you, there have been some shifts, or there are some shifts unfolding right now that are a little bit unearthing for you. And maybe those things you have resistance to, or you're feeling confused about or concerns with. And my dear, the encouragement that comes with this card is there are things that are being revealed to you in this process that, and I feel like some of you already know, like you already know what's being revealed to you. And I feel like those revelations are actually very healing and important for your journey and for your next steps. And also for deciphering, again with Moonstone, what it is that you want to put into play or put into action for your future. Also, the card of Bronzite, which again, I have pulled this one in reverse. In the upright, she looks like this. This card's all about loyalty and trust. I feel like some of you, with these two cards in reverse, I do feel like some of you, maybe the events that are unfolding or the things that are shifting there might be a level of distrust happening right now. with other people or people around you, or your relationship to trust, whether it's in yourself or trust in the universe or the collective, or trust in other specific people or specific situations, work, offerings, etc. There's something about your relationship to trust and your relationship to truth that is being challenged and or looked at this upcoming week, which I feel like it's gonna, again, going back to the process of evolution, it's gonna reveal some really beautiful things for you that are beneficial for your growth and your spiritual journey, as well as for your self-love journey, even if, because these were in reverse, even if those come with a level of challenge for you. I'm sorry, I keep freaking dropping cards. Okay, 2 cards that I pulled that I feel are a little bit more positive in nature, if you will, or a little bit more encouraging, I guess. I don't think any of these cards are negative, but I think these ones are very encouraging. Both in the upright position. I pulled for you Dumortierite and I pulled for you Spirit Quartz. And Spirit Quartz, this card is about connectivity with other people, connectivity with the universe as a whole in a very, very healthy way. It also encourages a level of harmony and cooperation. I feel like for some of you, the number 2 is coming through really strongly, like doing things in pairs or in partners or with other people, other people's involvement is likely going to be a theme and of some kind of importance. Now, for some of you, I think this will test your relationship to trust. Some of you may actually be resisting working in partnerships or working with other people because your trust has been broken in the past. I feel like that might be a theme. And for some of you, you may be resisting trust, or you may be resisting partnerships because you don't inherently trust certain people or things that are involved in a specific situation in your life. And if that's the case, I think it might benefit you to get clear on where you stand. Dumortierite, this card is about clutter clearing within your space and within your mind. So making lists, getting organized, pros and cons list, I feel like for some of you will be really beneficial. But also because I had pulled Moonstone and this card is more about your intuition, I feel like there's gonna be a really big importance between balancing what your intuition is telling you and what your mind is telling you. So there's definitely a balance there that you have the opportunity to explore and to play with, which will be fun. With Dumortierite, there's also a level of orderliness that I think comes more in the way of your experience of life, in that things unfold with Amazonite. Okay, these 2 are becoming really, really strongly linked right now for my brain for you guys. I feel like there's a natural flow or unfolding of certain events. There's like a natural way that you are experiencing life and you're having these revelations and these truths and you're like, oh my god, this makes sense, and why didn't I? Maybe for some of you with the bronzite, maybe some of you are like, I wish I knew this sooner, or I wish I felt this sooner or noticed this, or I don't know, some of you are maybe like a little bit mad about the cycle or the way that things are unfolding. And with Dumortierite, again, a theme of orderliness. I feel like there's an order in which things are unfolding that is very important, that some of you may have been resisting or have had resistance to, or you're letting go of that resistance right now, and that natural flow of events, that order of events actually was very, very helpful. For some of you, I feel like there are certain things that you learned as a result of a number of events. I feel like there's a flow of things, like an influx of things that have happened. I don't feel that it was like, oh, this one thing happened. I feel like it was like this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and they're all kind of linked, and they happen in this order, and it's crazy, and it's wild, and there's a purpose for that, my dears. Main encouragement is there's a purpose for the chaos that maybe has ensued. I'm feeling like I want to pull a couple more cards for encouragement, for working with any of these energies, or how to operate with them, maybe more information. I think I'll know what the cards are. Oh, okay, amplification, I think. Was that clear quartz? Yep, clear quartz, okay. All right, so clear quartz, what you focus on is going to be amplified, my dears. Spessartine garnet, this one is all about shimmery and shininess of the self and a willingness to be seen and to be a beacon for others. So I think for some of you, maybe you've been hiding or not wanting to be seen, or not seeing your own charm or your own charisma. Because I pulled clear quartz, again, this card's about amplification and what you focus on will grow. Some of you, I feel like, have been actually not putting enough focus on the natural charisma that you have. And that natural charisma is what's going to help you move through this experience or through these relationships. And some of you are not banking on that or not acknowledging that. And I actually feel like the acknowledgement of that gift that you carry will likely be very helpful. And again, with Spirit Quartz, these 2 cards, I pulled these 2 for another reading today too. These 2 cards definitely have this level of like you being willing to step forward and be yourself, or being willing to step forward and to shine, is going to influence other people in a very positive way. So there's an encouragement to allow that to unfold. And with Dumortierite, I pulled the Pedalite. This card is all about simplification, manageability, one task at a time. If you have Cancer placements and you haven't already watched the Cancer reading, feel free to do so. I pulled this one for my Cancers too. But there's definitely, I feel like for you guys, between the two of these, like a need to just kind of simplify and take a step back and just get fucking organized in your head, in your life, and just do things one thing at a time. You don't need to do it all at once, my dear. So yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I feel called to pull up, but I actually feel kind of called to close out right now. So my dears, thank you so much for tuning in. If you have questions or you want further expansion or clarification on anything, please feel free to reach out and let me know. You can shoot me a message here, Instagram, TikTok. You can find me everywhere at alexab.alchemy. I do these readings every single week free of charge as well. So please hit the subscribe button if you found this helpful, or leave a comment, or even just like a little thumbs up so that I know it resonated. And anytime that you need guidance or you're looking for a little bit of like, where do I go? Feel free to tune in to my readings. If you haven't already checked out the readings for your sun, your moon, your rising or ascendant, and or your north node, you can also do that, especially if you feel like you want a little bit further clarification on anything that was pulled up for you today. All right, my dears, I love you so much. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, have a good one.